Zepbound weight loss, how to get a Zepbound prescription or a Mounjaro prescription, and what do you do when your insurance has changed while you're trying to do Mounjaro weight loss or Zepbound weight loss. Hi friends, I'm Elizabeth, Countess of Shopping. I've got my co-host, Mr. Freddie here. I have lost 71 pounds to date on that road to a 100-pound weight loss journey using tirzepatide weight loss with Mounjaro, and I'm in the process of learning more about Zepbound, just like y'all are with the recent Mounjaro FDA approval for Zepbound. Mounjaro is approved FDA approval for type 2 diabetics, but has been prescribed off-label for weight loss and chronic obesity management. Zepbound was now recently approved FDA approval for, which is Mounjaro. Same thing, people get it's the same thing. It's just under different FDA classifications of them. And so Zepbound is for chronic obesity management, including physical activity and having lifestyle modifications with diet. So let's dive in. Let's talk about Zepbound weight loss. Let's talk about getting a prescription. I have been on Mounjaro now for, over 11 months. Over 11 months, I'm rounding my 1-year anniversary and have lost, in those over 11 months, 71 pounds. I haven't weighed this week, so you'll have to make sure you click that subscribe button so you can come back and see my Mounjaro weight loss update of what the exact number is. But through lifestyle changes, lifestyle modification, in conjunction with using a GLP-1 receptor antagonist, it has been life-changing for me and life-saving for me. So I want to help you. If you are trying to figure out, like, how do I get my prescription? How I started was with my primary care doctor. I rapidly found out when I got my Mounjaro prescription, and same thing if you're trying to get a Zepbound prescription, I went to my primary care doctor, but they are so, not overwhelmed, but their primary job is being a primary care doctor, not a chronic obesity specialist or type 2 diabetic specialist. Like, they're not an endocrinologist, right? So having, going to the right place, I realized 1 week to get my prescription refilled took 15 hours, and I'm not exaggerating, with phone calls back and forth, and it was a mess. It was a mess. And I was like, I've got to go this telehealth route. And so I have tested and tried several different telehealth companies to see what the experience is like on a consumer level. And what is that like? So I can inform you guys here over on YouTube. And so having tested now and going through the Countess of Shopping approval system, today's video is sponsored by Join Fridays. It's the telehealth company I have partnered with because I am not a medical professional. I am not a healthcare provider. I don't ever pretend to play one on the internet. My whole goal here at Countess of Shopping is experience, strength, and hope and encouragement, that you walk away from one of my videos or one of my articles on countessofshopping.com, which there is already 50 articles, and this month there'll be 100 articles to help you on your GLP-1 weight loss, whether you're doing WEGOVY weight loss and thinking about switching over to Zepbound, or you're on Ozempic thinking about switching over to Mounjaro. I'm here to help facilitate, or compounds. If you're like, my insurance coverage has changed, I cannot afford those name brand drugs, I need a compound like tirzepatide or semaglutide. What do I do? So let's dive in. Number one is having insurance coverage. I always say reverse engineer, think with the end in mind with your to-do list. And I'm gonna link down below some checklists for you to help you on your weight loss journey, because I felt so overwhelmed when I first found out about the medication of GLP-1 medication, and with revolutionary changes that happen with Eli Lilly, the manufacturer of Mounjaro, and Eli Lilly is also the same manufacturer of Zepbound. Remember, same thing, just different FDA approvals for them. And Novo Nordisk is the manufacturer of WEGOVY and Ozempic. Same thing, but you'll find WEGOVY is actually 20% higher in cost than Mounjaro and Zepbound. Just FYI on that. So, and they're 1 month pens. Oh shoot, I forgot to bring my pen over so you guys could see what the actual pen looks like on there. But what I would do, and if you do have insurance, go check with your insurance company. What are they willing to cover and not cover? Go through. There's recently, the formularities have been updated for insurance coverage very recently for upcoming year. And so go check those first to see. Some insurance companies are like, no ma'am, Pam. Some insurance companies are like, yes, this is so helpful, because we are finding with clinical trials that GLP-1 medications like Mounjaro, Zepbound, WEGOVY, Ozempic are helping to lower blood pressure, cholesterol, cancer, help with cancers, things like that. There's still way more information that needs to be found and data. But you can imagine if you lose, 50 pounds, that's going to help with weight loss. And for me, in my example, my A1C levels have changed. I mean, it has just been, and losing 71 pounds, that's like an elementary school child on my body that I'm no longer carrying. It's like Mr. Freddy. He's all muscle. He's all muscle. Oh, he knows. He's looking at his ears like, yes, ma'am. Okay, so check with your insurance company. Are they going to cover it? Or are they not? We're going to talk about insurance concierge here in a little bit, but find that out. That's the first thing I want you to do. Step one, find out your insurance coverage, because then you're going to reverse engineer. Do you need to go more so the name brand route? Like you could get an Zepbound prescription because your insurance will cover it. Or if you have type 2 diabetes with it, Mounjaro prescription. Or do you need to go tirzepatide, which is the compound of Mounjaro and Zepbound is tirzepatide. Some semaglutide, semaglutide is for Wegovy and Ozempic. Wegovy, Ozempic, semaglutide, semaglutide, slightly different data on there. And Mounjaro and Zepbound are slightly higher data than Wegovy and Ozempic for results. But slightly, they're still all amazing. By the way, P.S., they're all still amazing. Like, they're amazing. For me, they've been miracle and life-saving and life-changing. So figure out your insurance coverage. Number two, figure out if you're going to if you want to talk to your medical provider. Now, this whole thing is you have got to get a medical provider to approve with you've got to fall into the classifications, right? Like they're not just going to hand out prescriptions. There is talking with a medical provider, having an appointment with a telehealth appointment. What I did with Join Fridays is I wanted to have a video consultation at first. I very much appreciated my experience. Strength and hope was I'd been on Mounjaro, and I wanted to switch over to make it easier to get my prescription with Join Fridays, which I love because it was so simple to be able to schedule an appointment and ask questions. And I had actually a video consultation, like I was on video. So I got to see my telehealth provider, which was really, really cool and helpful. And I appreciate that. She also was like, you need blood work done. And I also really appreciated the thoughtfulness of that too, of like, hey, we need to see your updated blood work. And I'm busy. I mean, I don't know, but I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a serial entrepreneur. My job is I'm in front of millions of people for my job. And so like getting pockets to go do appointments, but it's no big deal. I can easily schedule that I'm going through Quest Diagnostics to get some blood work done really. That will get sent back over to them. All very simple, very easy process. And then getting my refills, making it much simpler to have that conversation of like, okay, I feel like the food chatter's back. Should I titrate up? What do you think? And having that dialogue. So you can use the website link down below. I actually do have a discount code for you with Join Fridays that you can use to save. It's a membership plan, which some people for telehealth are like, oh, you have to pay, yeah, you pay a membership plan because then you're, but that's standard for telehealth companies. And with my discount code, it's awesome. So it's linked down in the description link below. So you meet, if you meet the criteria with the medical provider, then those next steps are, and for me, mine was, you got to go do some blood work after, because I had already been on the prescription. So it's like, you've got this number of weeks to go get blood work done and send it back to me. I'm like, this is so helpful and so easy because I fall into the criteria, right? Like we're making sure people who are taking these medications fall in. It's not like, well, I don't want to say that example. I was going to say so, but it's people who fall within the criteria. So then after that, if you're going the name brand route of Mounjaro, Zepbound, Wegovy, Ozempic, or if you're going the compound route with tirzepatide or semaglutide, is the compound going to get shipped to you? And so in my free Mounjaro weight loss encouragement group, it's also Zepbound weight loss encouragement group, Wegovy, tirzepatide, semaglutide, all are welcome at that table. Just make sure you fill out all of the questions. I literally declined, no joke, yesterday, 100 people from the group. I'm very persnickety about it because they look like spammers. There's certain things that tell me if someone's spammers or they didn't answer the questions. So if you're not looking for like a genuine encouragement, connection, engagement in there, don't even, it's 3 questions. Don't even submit the questions. It drives me bonkers. But that is linked down below because it's such a helpful group. We have such engaging dialogue. So many people in that group have lost weight, talking very beginning of weight loss journey, or look at Mr. Freddy. He's just picking his noodle right as we're talking in the middle of the video. Shame on you. Don't pick your noodle. We're having an in-depth conversation on weight loss here, honey. And then we have people who've lost over 100 pounds in my Mounjaro weight loss encouragement group and Zepbound and all that. That's linked down below. So Oh, I made him mad. I offended him. On the last video he tooted. It was, I'm like, please. I gave him a pep talk before this video. I'm like, don't toot on camera. We're talking about something very serious here. Talking about something very serious in this video. Okay, so let's go over to our next steps. Next steps of that, of seeing if you qualify, then getting it. So for me, because I'm on name brand, look, he turned his back. I'm sorry, Mr. Freddie. He's angry. He's giving me literally and figuratively the cold shoulder. So for me, I'm on Mounjaro weight loss. I get my prescription sent to my pharmacy, which is local. I go to this particular pharmacy because they don't encounter the Mounjaro shortage. WEGOVY shortage is nationwide, by the way. So if in your neck of the woods, you're like, I can't find WEGOVY, why not try using Join Fridays to get the compound? And we know it's a reputable compound pharmacies, right? Like we know that they're reputable. That's all. If you've seen some of my previous videos, I talk about like reputable compound pharmacies. They are reputable. And they get shipped straight to you. One of our group members was like, hey, I just got my compound sent in the mail, really sturdy box, really well shipped, and was giving a recommendation and review about Join Fridays about how they sent the compound. They prescribe both. This is the big thing. This is huge in telehealth medicine, is that they prescribe both the name brand, Mounjaro, Zepbound, WEGOVY, Ozempic, and compounds, which is rare. They're the only one to my knowledge that does that. And going back to the insurance concierge part, if you're not sure about your insurance, they have insurance concierge within their company. How cool is that, right? Like that's so cool. They have that in there to help you work with your insurance to help get that insurance coverage with it too, if that's a possibility for you. And then if it's not, you can use my discount code for the first month off the membership discount down below. And then also the compound rates for compounds for tirzepatide or semaglutide are I've done price, I told you, I've done my due diligence, right? And I want you to do your due diligence too. But for me, when I was doing my price shopping in terms of compound pricing, from what I found cheapest on the market, but the highest quality because of the testing in which they do with reputable compound pharmacy partners or conglomerates that they work with are reputable. And so that for me was huge as well. Huge, 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 huge. With the pricing on it, if you're worried about cost, you're like, Elizabeth, I can't pay $500 a month or the $1,000 a month because I don't qualify for the savings card or like all these things. Great, then go the compound route. We've had so many people in my free encouragement group, my Mounjaro weight loss encouragement group, Zepbound, it's all of them, Zepbound encouragement, WEGOVY encouragement, lose weight on compounds. So if that is something that you're like the price point I'm not able to do anymore, or I want to talk about maintenance. Now this is the other cool thing because I've gotten into that conversation. I'm 71 pounds down on my Mounjaro weight loss. Woohoo! I've done amazing things as a result of this weight loss, of being able to be actively engaged with my very active 8-year-old son physically now that I wasn't able to do. And you can see some of those past videos in my playlist and click subscribe so you can see future videos. But with that, being on Mounjaro has been so incredibly helpful. But what do I do when I hit that 100-pound weight loss goal? Well, Join Fridays is smart. They have maintenance plan structure in place of how do you do maintenance. They have that as we start to figure it out. Now, we're still learning a tremendous amount collectively in the GLP-1 community about maintenance, right? Like all the answers are not figured out yet. They're all across the board in this large community that I'm gratefully a part of. Is it still getting sorted? However, there's protocol in there to have these conversations truly because it's an individual thing. And that's one of the things that I love about Join Fridays is that I really have felt like it's individual to me, my weight loss journey, my health and wellness journey, as my blood panels and blood work continue to get better and better for the betterment of my health. I mean, it's enabled me, it's not a miracle drug, but it's been a tool to help me change my life and really using it to help implement these lifestyle changes. Because at the end of the day, if I don't make these I keep saying this and because I'm also reminding myself, if I don't make these lifestyle changes, not if. See, this is where there's this unhealthy part that's still continuing to learn and grow and heal. I am going to continue to make these healthy lifestyle changes because I will get to my 100-pound weight loss goal. And doing that with Join Fridays, like literally it can make me cry. Like it makes me cry knowing that I have medical professionals that care about me because I feel for so long, literally 3 years ago, it was before COVID, I went to my doctor, my old not my primary care doctor anymore. And they're like, you need weight loss surgery. That is the only answer for you. And GLP-1s were not an option then, but other weight loss medications were. And I felt guilt and shame and condemnation from this doctor that I went to. He's not my primary care doctor anymore. He was an old fuddy-duddy. And it made me so sad. Like, literally, I was in my bed for like 2 days straight crying because I felt like such a failure, because I am so successful in so many areas of my life as a mom and as a wife and as a serial entrepreneur and an active member in our community. We foster dogs and we work a lot with animal rescues to give back, because what has been so blessed upon us, I feel obligated to give back dramatically to my community. And to feel the shame of like, I can't lose weight, I'm a failure. And that's actually not true. I'm not a failure, but I do have a predisposed condition, and I do have a disease with chronic obesity management that needs to be managed and have a management plan. And so I don't mean to get emotional. I'm embarrassed now that I got emotional, but finding a medical health provider and a company that cares about me, cares about my weight loss journey, and cares about me as a mom to be around for my future grandbabies, God willing. I want grandbabies so badly. I'm like, I can't wait to be like 70 years old to have grandbabies. I'm putting that out there. Not until I'm like older though. I'm much, much older. But like things like that, to have future plans, where it's hard being 100 pounds overweight to be like, what is my future going to be like? A stroke, a heart attack, cancer, like early stuff because of obesity? Is that like, yes. Literally this time a year ago, the pain that I was in that I'm not in anymore, and it makes me emotional because I didn't think this could be my life. I didn't think that I'd be saying at the holiday season this time this year, almost a year later, that I had lost 71 pounds. I wanted to believe it so badly. I wanted to believe it so badly that I could lose the weight last year at this time. But sitting there, eating holiday cookies, eating Christmas cookies, and being like, I shouldn't be eating this, but I'm going to, and like having no control over it. And now being able to have control and being able to be like, I'm going to have a half of a gingerbread cookie. I ate the gingerbread cookie in man's little head and one of his little feet. And I was like, I'm full. That was really great. I feel satiated. I don't feel deprived. I don't feel yucky about it. I feel like I enjoyed it. I savored it, but I'm full. That is a concept I never knew existed. And another member of my family we're very different, we're family, but we have different genes. Like you look at us and one's very, very lean and one has been obese. And being able to have one eat and be like, I'm full, and the other just keep going and me going and going and going and going. Now I can be like, I'm full. This is what full feels like. Oh, that's what she was feeling. She felt full and she felt her body and it told her she was full. That is the beauty that GLP-1s have given me. I don't mean to be, I'm like still bawling, like I'm still crying. I don't mean to be emotional, but it makes me so emotional. I'm gonna have a sip of water. It makes me emotional because it has changed my life. That I actually do have a future, and a healthy future, because of this tool. And for somebody who's had chronic obesity, I was put on my first diet when I was like 8, 9, or 10, I forget, 8, 9, or 10 years old, my first diet. Having a soccer coach be like, she's too big, and I got kicked off the team because I was too big to play, even though it was good. Like, that's crazy as a kid. And then now as an adult, like all that baggage and unpacking it, right? Like now there's an unpacking of that and healing it and moving into a really, really healthy space. That's my goal for this upcoming year, is to get into a healthy space, mentally, physically, spiritually, all of it. All of it. And I know I can do it. I'm going to go walk him later today. See, I thought if I said walk, he would turn around. Maybe that would make him happy, but it's not. He's still like, no, I'm giving you my butt. I'm going to walk him later today for 30 minutes. I'm going to huff and puff and blow that house down, honey. No, I'm going to walk him, and that used to be really hard for me. I would dread it. And now I'm like, okay, let's go do it. Let's go do the thing. Let's go walk. And walking's part of my volunteering at the local animal rescue. If you guys have seen previous videos, we walk a 130-pound Great Dane, a 90-pound Great Pyrenees. We've had a ton of puppies, which were so active, and being with them, physically active and chasing them all around, multiple different litters of puppies. Like, I wouldn't have been able to physically help with those dogs from the animal rescue had it not been for Mounjaro. So this video, I kind of took a detour there, but I wanted to share with you how much it's changed my life and how helpful it's been. These are my joggers. They're in a size that I never thought I would be. I've dropped, what is it? How many sizes? 2, 3, 4 pant sizes down, which is crazy. Like I've always wanted this, but now that I'm actually living it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm living what I dreamed about. To go on an airplane this summer across the country from I live in rural Virginia, to San Francisco with my little boy, to take him fishing and to take him just out in San Francisco on a plane and not have to get a seatbelt extender. Oh my gosh. It was so cool. It was so cool. I'm like, oh, this is what normal people feel like. So I would love for you to check out Join Fridays in the link down below. Use the discount code with them. If you have questions on these steps, of course, join my free encouragement group because there's more of an in-depth conversation. It's private. So you have to join, like you have to go behind, like answer all the questions. Some people are like, I don't want to give my email. If you don't want to give your email in there for the free group, that is how I connect with you. This is for genuine connections. So if you don't want to have genuine connections, then don't join the group. Don't even apply. But if you want to have genuine connections with other people who are on Mounjaro, Zepbound, WEGOVY, we have so many people on Zepbound that it's here. It's here, and we're really excited. And as GLP-1s continue to change, the group will continue to stay updated on that. And same thing with countessofshopping.com too, where all my articles are kept for Mounjaro weight loss, WEGOVY weight loss, semaglutide weight loss. Someone was asking about constipation with semaglutide this morning, was able to send them an article like, hey, here's my favorite fiber supplements. Here's my favorite things. Someone else was having on Mounjaro really bad headaches. I'm like, I'm not a medical health provider. This is simply what's worked well for me. I get headaches if I don't do X, Y, and Z. Like, where else would you get that information? So, and it's been so helpful too on the emotional component as well, and the accountability standpoint too. You can post every day in there if you wish. Some people do, and that's totally cool. So, okay, my sweet friends, get the discount code below down at Join Fridays. It's Queen, and then I will update that as things update with Join Fridays. They're an awesome company. I highly recommend them. It's who I use. And I'm really excited to see what the upcoming months hold for me and for you too. Like just imagining what has happened in such a long and short of 11 months, what could happen in the next 11 months too. Okay, we do a little thing here at Countess of Shopping. It helps me, if you've made it this far in the video, I want you to put the emoji, an eyeball or an eye emoji down in the comments below. That is my signal to help to get to know you better, but also I will pray over you. And if you don't believe in prayer, I'll send you in positive encouragement. It lets me know if you've made it this far, clearly, like I want to know you, and hopefully you want to know me because you've watched this long, but it helps me out of thousands of viewers to be able to see, I will remember your name. Like it helps, like there's certain viewers that tune in, but I'm like, oh my God, I get so excited. And my little boy and my husband know certain user handles. I'm like, oh, so-and-so. And so collectively now we're like, yay, like we'll wish you well. My little boy, when he was in preschool, they had a "We Wish You Well" song, so we wish everyone well. So comment down below, eyeballs, and I'll pray for you or send you positive and uplifting, or both. Make sure you check out that discount code below, and get down below also my checklist, my Mounjaro weight loss success checklist. That's totally a free article amongst many on Mounjaro too, to help you along your journey. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others. I'm Countess of Shopping. Count my blessings, because life is delicious. Mr. Freddy, make sure you click that subscribe button, because maybe next video he'll fully turn around. Maybe next time. Bye, guys.